a Utah powerhouse, 17-time state champion, with room for an 18th banner. The second most decorated volleyball program in state history, a school with long tradition and legacy. A tradition and legacy of success and championships. The Lady Rebels now take the court, carrying that legacy proudly. This is Rich Volleyball. And now, here is your voice of the Rich High Rebels, Cody Olson.
Welcome, Rich Rebel fans, here to the University, Utah Valley University here for state tournament play for the 1A state tournament volleyball finals. We're here at the state tournament. We welcome you here to the Utah Community Credit Union Center here, located home of the Wolverines here in Orem. We're getting ready to kick off and set off for the Rich Lady Rebels. They're going to be playing the Valley Buffaloes in a moment, probably in about 20 minutes or so. We'd love to welcome you here as, in the meantime, we're going to have a pregame show brought to you by the town of Randolph, home of the Rich Rebels. Good luck from Mayor Lynn West and board members Simbel, Brian Wires, Larry Kennedy, Melanie Lim, and clerk Lana Peart. We'll hear from them, and then we're going to go ahead and set the scene for tonight's game. We'll get prepped, take a look at our bracket, maybe do some bracketology as your Rich Rebels are set to play their first game in state tournament play, as they were able to get the bye as the fourth ranked in the RPI. They're going to be playing on court number 3. I'm a little bit a ways away from them as I have to look over court 4 into the court over there. But I will give you the best possible eyes that I can and description as your Rich Lady Rebels are getting ready to take on the Valley Buffaloes. We'll touch up on them in a little bit. Until then, this is a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Volleyball on 98.3 with video coverage online at mylocalradio.com.
Randolph, Utah is a town of extremes. At an elevation of almost 6,300 feet and with temperatures over 90 in the summer and often 40 below in the winter, the folks who call Randolph home have to be a hardy crew. Maybe that's one reason the simple things in life mean so much to Rich County. Residents value hard work, education, respect, a love for God, family, and country, and being a good neighbor. Mayor Lynn Weston and the town board proudly support the Rich Rebels and hope you'll be able to visit soon and come back often.
Atlas Home Care and Hospice provides skilled nursing and physical therapy services in your home in Rich County. In-home service providers include Natalie Cornea, Kylie Argyle, Brady Stokes, and Bradley Holmes. Call Atlas Home Care and Hospice today.
Welcome back, Rich Rebel fans, to the Town of Randolph pregame show. We apologize. Unfortunately, we do not have video broadcast capabilities here in the Utah Community Credit Union Center, as KSL owns the sole broadcasting rights for the 1A state tournament. However, you'll at least be able to hear my voice. If you see a black screen, it's because we don't have those video broadcasting rights. Once live tournament play starts, we will have a graphic and a scoreboard for you to look at. But until then, let's go ahead and continue on with our Town of Randolph pregame show. Here on the pregame show, we're going to have our scene set brought to you by Bear Lake.
When you think about Bear Lake, think family, fun, fishing, beaches, boats, green, and great food. Think water, wildlife, trails, and shakes, snow, scenery, and sun. Think summer. Go to bearlake.org and plan your visit today. Visit Scenic Idaho.
Welcome back, Rich Rebel fans. Let's dip now into our scene set, brought to you today by Bear Lake Convention and Visitors Bureau. As we go ahead and look at each of these teams, welcome to the first round of state tournament play here in Orem, Utah. This is the moment that we've all been waiting for, and it all boils down to this. Your Rich Rebels with their first test. They'll be starting off and serving off at 4 p.m. against the Valley Buffaloes. And the state championship playoff time is finally upon us. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to state tournament play brought to you by Mountain America Credit Union. Rich Rebel fans, this is the tournament that you have been waiting for. The year has culminated to this exact moment. What a team does here is what makes a lasting impact on their school and their banners hung up in their gym. The Rich Rebels looking for their 18th volleyball state championship. The first test against the Valley Buffaloes today. This game will be considered by many as a revenge game and a rematch to last year's state championship down in Richfield. Annie Peart leads her team as a senior in kills, blocks, and serving aces. Look to her to take this team upon her shoulders and move forward. Don't see her more or less as the superstar of this team so much as you have a culmination of a bunch of superstars on this team. Annie obviously leading in kills, blocks, and serving aces. Brittany Lamborn leads the team in digs and receptions. Don't forget, Taylor McKee back from injury. We're hopefully going to be able to see her at full capacity. She'll be splitting time today with Kaylee Hatch at setter, and she's got 430-plus assists on the year. Quite impressive as they're getting ready. They're coming off a win over Manila a little while ago. It feels as though we haven't had a volleyball game in a hot minute due to the bye week that Coach Lamborn and the team had. We'll touch up with her as part of our coaches show later on. But here we'll touch up on the Valley Buffaloes. The Buffaloes graduated 6 seniors from the squad that we saw last year in the state championship and have not quite matched the success in the regular season that they have seen previously. Nonetheless, this team knows who they are, how to fight, and they have good chemistry. They're ranked 13th in the RPI. They took care of business handily against Mount Vernon in the previous round. And that is what brought them here to face the Rich Rebels in the second round of the playoffs. We'll see how each of these teams play out as well. We're going to go ahead and touch up a little bit on some of these things. Obviously, possible revenge game. We saw the Valley Buffaloes last year in the state championship. Will the Rich Rebels be able to come out strong and execute after a full week of rest? That has been part of a question that we posed on Rebel Yell earlier this week. You've seen it in different ways. Is a team able to come out and really focus? We've seen it yes, and we've seen it no in different levels of sports. But the Rich Rebels will be able to answer that question momentarily in about 15 minutes from now. Valley struggling this year, graduated quite a few seniors from last year's team. 2 weeks ago, this Valley Buffalo team lost 3-0 in a clean sweep at the hands of Tabiona. So that kind of gives us a little bit of a gauge as to who they've played, maybe how we stack up. Each of these girls very, very talented in their own right. We're going to be seeing Maya Young, Ruth Cox, Britton Heaton, Gentry Saul, Deandra House, Kimber Reeve, Lydia Cox, Hazel Harris, and Britlin Bettridge. And each of these wonderful young ladies will be facing the Rich Rebels in just a minute. Now, let's take a gander around the arena as it is beautiful arena, nice lime green accents around the arena. We've got 4 courts here. I'm stationed just on the south side of the arena, trying to look over court 4 into court 3. That is where the Rich Rebels will be playing. They're going from left to right on your radio dial, just warming up here at the moment. Wonderful atmosphere, lots of people here to cheer on their teams. Below me, we have Parowan as well. To my right, playing on court 4. And it's absolutely fantastic atmosphere. Cannot begin to tell you how excited I am to cover volleyball these next couple days and see how the Rich Rebels do. That has been your scene set, brought to you by Bear Lake Convention and Visitors Bureau. Visit bearlake.org today and plan your family fun vacation about 15 minutes away from the start of today's game. We're going to go ahead, dip into our coaches show, brought to you by Stacy's Repair in Woodruff. as part of our Town of Randolph pregame show. Until then, this has been a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich High Rebel Volleyball on 98.3 with video coverage online at mylocalradio.com.
Now you've got a safe and secure place to store your boat, RV, ATVs, and other vehicles right in town. T-Bar Body Shop offers storage for just $35 per month. Long and short-term storage options are available. Of course, T-Bar Body Shop also offers custom bodywork when you have an accident. We work with your insurance directly and get the job done right. T-Bar Body Shop offers a wide range of services. Stop in today and see all the ways T-Bar can serve you. 515 County Road, Evanston. Let T-Bar fix your car.
They say the three most important things in life for many people are their faith, their family, and their high school sports. And not necessarily in that order. Advertise where you'll get noticed. Call My Local Radio and become a sports advertiser today.
Whatever takes. When you think about Bear Lake, think family, fun, fishing, beaches, boats, green, and great food. Think water, wildlife, trails and shakes, snow, scenery, and sun. Think summer. Go to bearlake.org and plan your visit today. Visit Scenic Idaho.
Welcome back, Rich Rebel fans. As part of our coverage here, we're going to hear a little bit from our Stacy's Repair Coaches show. I caught up with Eli Brooks a little bit about how this year's going. We'll hear a little bit from Eli, and then we'll dip into what Coach Wendy Lamborn had to say coming into this game. Eli, let's take a quick minute and hear from him.
Welcome, Rich Rebel fans, here to the Coach's Corner. I'm joined here with Eli Brooks, Sr., and a man that needs a little bit of credit to his name. Eli, we'll touch up on those, but first of all, how the heck are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing pretty peachy myself. We're out here in the boonies. We're out working in the shop at BATC. Eli, what the heck are you doing out here?
I actually have an old truck over there in the corner that I'm fixing up. It stopped working last winter, so I'm trying to fix it up and get it going again.
What inspired you to start working on trucks and vehicles out here with Bridgerland?
So that truck used to be my grandpa's that he used to drive around, and so it's kind of special to me, and I kind of wanted to fix it up and get it running. But just working on trucks in general, it's kind of always just been something that I thought would be fun to do, and I do enjoy doing it, so it is fun.
Sweet. Eli, we're here covering for football and outstanding student. Talk to me about how great it is to have a campus with Bridgerland out here close so that you can touch up on these automotive technicalities.
Yeah, I really like the opportunities that are here in Rich County for learning, and especially with secondary education, with this Bridgerland campus out here. It's just has so much opportunities for me to learn, and it's really just a wonderful experience.
What do you plan on doing with it? Do you plan on going somewhere else and learning a little bit more at a different college, or what's the plan, Eli?
As far as with Bridgerland, I was just doing this to get experience because I think it'll be good for long-term life, and I think it might be good to go and get certified for a mechanic maybe eventually down the road if that's what I feel like doing, but it's just a good opportunity that I think I should have, or that I am taking advantage of, I guess.
School is, this is your last year of school, Eli. First off, how the heck does that feel being a senior?
Oh, I didn't believe it when everybody would say that it comes fast, but it really does. I don't know what I'm going to do with my life after it, I guess, but I'll figure it out.
What is it like living here in Rich County? What's special about it?
I think it's the community that makes it just how great the community is and supportive and following us around our games. I really think it's the community that makes Rich County how the great community it is.
You got some teammates and some friends around here, Eli. Once you're out of school, if you're not working on trucks, what the heck are you doing?
I'm helping on the family ranch a lot. Just kind of getting work done there. And then, other than that, it's really just work and school and sports is my life right now.
How long have you been working on the ranch?
Oh, since I was a little kid, I've always been coming around and helping on the ranch and just getting busy on the ranch, I guess.
What's your favorite? Well, that was Eli Brooks, and it was really wonderful to catch up with him. That's part of our Outstanding Student segment. If you don't have a chance, you'll be able to listen to it on 98.3 KADQ as part of our Coach's Corner. Let's go ahead and hear from Coach Wendy Lamborn about this game and getting ready for state playoffs. Special thanks to Eli Brooks for being a wonderful guest. But we all know why we're here, and that is to get stoked for volleyball. So without further ado, let's go ahead and hear from Coach Wendy Lamborn. Welcome, Rich Rebel fans. Here again, finally, a little bit of a hiatus, a break. Coach Wendy Lamborn here. We're getting ready for the second round of state. Coach Lamborn, how are you feeling coming into this state tournament?
You know, we're doing great. We're doing great as a team. I think we're peaking at the right moment, and they're all excited for state. I'm super excited for state. Just hoping for a great week.
Is this excitement for state different than maybe an excitement that you've seen previous? Is it a different level? What kind of excitement are you seeing from your team?
I would say that we're at a different level, and that's what I wanted. And I think that we're getting there, and they're all really excited and playing really well right now.
Coach, ranked 4th in the RPI. How do you feel about your opponents on your side of the bracket?
You know, the way I look at it, you got to beat them all anyway. So you just got to go with it and do your best and hope for the best and play your best and beat whoever's on the other side.
Coach, tell me a little bit about how the bye week went. Did you like it? Did you hate it? What was the area of focus?
You know, I mean, it's nice to be ranked where we're ranked. The bye week's hard because you don't have a game. It's a long 2 weeks without a game. So we're hoping to pull it back together this week and get them ready so that we're ready to go on Friday. And so not a super big fan, but long break, but we should be fine.
You're going to be playing the Valley Buffaloes, and from what I understand, it might or might not have a little bit more extra emotion, seeing as we saw the Buffaloes last year. Do you feel like that is carried into this game, or is it just another opponent to get to the state championship?
It's kind of ironic that we would both be the ones that ended and both be the ones that start the tournament this year, so that's kind of funny. I try to teach my girls to just play their best and do what they know is best and to try not to worry about the other side. That's my job. And so that's what we focus on, is just whoever's on the other side, it really doesn't matter. If we'll play our game and do our thing, we'll be okay.
And what is that game plan especially for you, Coach? What's the go-to?
We've got to serve well and we've got to pass well. And if we can do that and keep good attitudes across the board with our team, we're pretty much unstoppable if we can do that. So I'm super proud of my girls. They've come a long ways. And like I say, the midseason was a little questionable. Things weren't quite clicking like they were supposed to, but I feel like we're really clicking and doing well.
Obviously, the season's not over, and we don't expect it to be over until a state championship is won by the Rich Rebels. What do you feel like has been the greatest improvement? What's the thing that you look back on as a coach and say, wow, we accomplished that, or that's something that I really enjoy being a part of?
I really enjoy these girls. I really enjoy the program, and I really love how they have become friends and how much they play together and love each other. And a game's a game, but friendships last forever.
Coach, just one last question. It involves health issues. We've been talking a little bit about it throughout the season, really. Are we going to be seeing more or less mixed time as well? Or if one setter is more healthy than the other, what kind of game plan are we going for in that department?
Taylor's doing pretty decent right now. You know, she plays in a lot of pain every time. She's a trooper because she's definitely playing in pain more than I think any of us know. But she also really wants a state championship, and I think she's willing to do that. Taylor's got great hands. Kaylee's great, though, to come in if something was to go down with Taylor. So right now we'll probably go with Taylor and go for that, and we'll see where that takes us.
Obviously, you look forward to your seniors being an example for your team. Is there anything specifically that you've challenged your seniors to do, seeing as this is their last chance at a state tournament?
You know, there's 8 of them, and that's hard because only 6 can be on the floor, and I have some other ones that are on the floor even more than that. So challenging them to be able to keep good attitudes, that's been my whole goal for the whole season. And it's been hard. It's been hard for some of them. and understandable because everybody wants to play. Everybody wants to be part of the action. But that's what I've challenged them to do, is be part of the action, whatever that is, wherever that is, and however that is. And I hope they step up to the plate this week and do that for me.
Awesome, Coach. I think that's everything from my part. Anything from you?
Nope. Thanks. Come and support the Rebels.
Go Rebels. You hear from Coach Lamborn. We'll go ahead, step aside. Well, that was Coach Wendy Lamborn, and I'm looking here at the team right now, and they are hitting well in warm-ups, and they are stoked. A lot of energy coming from Dixie Huffaker in the middle. She's brought energy throughout the entire season. We hope that she'll bring that energy as well. We'll look forward to the narrative as to the health of our setters, both Taylor McKee as Kaylee Hatch as well. We'll go ahead, take one more break. We're getting very close to serve off at the beginning of this game. Thank you for joining us as we're getting set. We'll go ahead, take a step aside. This has been a Rich Rebel volleyball broadcast brought to you by Bear Lake Community Health on 98.3 with video coverage online at mylocalradio.com.
Randolph, Utah is a town of extremes. At an elevation of almost 6,300 feet and with temperatures over 90 in the summer and often 40 below in the winter, the folks who call Randolph home have to be a hardy crew. Maybe that's one reason the simple things in life mean so much to Rich County. Residents value hard work, education, respect, a love for God, family, and country, and being a good neighbor. Mayor Lynn Weston and the town board proudly support the Rich Rebels and hope you'll be able to visit soon and come back often.
America keeps moving, and Auto Farm Chevrolet is here to help you keep rolling. Whether you need a brand new vehicle or service on one you already own, Auto Farm Chevrolet is here to lend a helping hand. Our certified mechanics are knowledgeable, and our sales team takes the time to get to know you and what your needs are. Stop in today, Auto Farm Chevrolet, 624 Front Street, Evanston. Evanston's community-driven dealer.
As high school sports fans, we know that sometimes you have to drive a long way to get to the next game. If you find yourself on the side of the road, remember that Freeway Tire in Evanston offers service calls and roadside assistance 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It's a great idea to have your vehicle serviced, tires checked, and oil changed to make sure it's in top shape before your next long drive. Visit Freeway Tire today, your locally owned and operated tire shop. Freeway Tire, 217 Bear River Drive, Evanston.
This presentation on mylocalradio.com is also brought to you in part by Hoover Chiropractic. With over 3 decades of experience, Dr. Todd Hoover can help you with all the chiropractic work you need, plus x-rays, blood work, a weight loss program, and can help you get rid of allergies and migraines. Dr. Todd Hoover with Hoover Chiropractic in Evanston.
We welcome you back, Rich Rebel fans, to the Utah Community Credit Union Center, located in wonderful Orem, Utah. Your 1A state championship tournament for volleyball is underway, and in the second round, your Rich Rebels have now taken the court in order to get ready to serve off against the Valley Buffaloes. We welcome you here. Let's take a gander at our Laketown ledger. Most of us know, but if you are not aware, on Halloween 2020, the state championship went to the Valley Buffaloes in a 3-1 win against the Rich Rebels. McKenna Stacy with 23 kills, 32 digs for the Rebels. Valley took the first 2 sets. Rich took the third, and then Valley finished with the fourth, pulling away and clinching the fourth set in extra points to take that state title. Now they meet here on the hardwood again, this time in the second round of the state tournament. Your Rich Rebels ranked 4th in the RPI, and the Valley Buffaloes currently ranked 13th. We'll see how this game plays out as we get ready here. Very, very close. They are going to announce the starting lineups, as we can definitely do that as well. Starting lineups today, we have Cassidy Grohl, Dixie Huffaker, Darlene Peterson, Taylor McKee, Annie Peart, Brittany Lamborn. From what I understand, those are our seniors. I'm not sure who is starting right now. And then for the Valley Buffaloes, junior Ruth Cox, senior Britton Heaton, senior Gentry Saul, junior Deandra House, 30 junior Hazel Harris, and number 33, Britlin Bettridge. All right, the teams have each made their respective huddles. We have a libero there for Valley. I believe I don't have her on my roster, seeing as she probably has switched out her her jersey a couple times. Out onto the court, we're seeing Taylor McKee, Dixie Huffaker, Annie Peart, Violet Taylor, Brittany Lamborn, and Darlene Peterson. Here we go. We're getting ready to serve off. We'll dip you into our wonderful graphic here. Unfortunately, we do not have the broadcasting rights as they are held by KSL. And if you're not aware, we have quite the chance coming from the Rich Rebel student section located directly behind the Rich Rebels on the left side of the court. The Valley Buffaloes will start first and serve. Here comes that opening serve from Valley, up and over, taken there by Lamborn on the back line. McKee in the middle setting up Huffaker. She puts it across the line. It's dug up well by Valley. Here comes an attack from their own on the left side. Dug up by Darlene Peterson, and too far outside to the right. Taylor McKee not able to reel that one, and it will go too far outside on the near side of the court. That will be the first points for Valley. They'll strike first, 1-0. I believe Deandra House is serving currently for the Valley Buffaloes. And we get the A-OK from her. And our judge in the tower. Cross the line near the backcourt, fielded by Violet Taylor. Then McKee in the middle for Huffaker. Huffaker rockets one down onto the court in the smack dab middle of the Buffalo defense. And your Rich Rebels answer quickly with an attack of their own, led by Dixie Huffaker. What an amazing atmosphere we have currently right now. Our student section has traveled well. Here goes the serve, and then a setup in the middle for the Buffaloes. That's an attack into the net by number 33, Britlin Bettridge. So your Rich Rebels up 2-1 currently in the first set. Taylor McKee back to serve again. Up and over, taken by the libero on the back line. In the middle, set up to the left, just barely over the line. That's going to go off of Taylor McKee's forearms, and that ball will be touched way on the back line by Violet Taylor, skyrocketing into probably the 50th row, way up in the stands on the left side. So now we're at 2-2. Good placement by the Buffaloes. That was a great placement by number 11, Gentry Saul. There's the Buffaloes out to serve on the left side. Jumping serve across the net, cross court taken by Annie Peart on the back line. McKee to the left for Darlene Peterson. Laser beam taken well by the Buffaloes. Here comes an attack to the left. There it is, finding a spot in the soft spot right behind Taylor McKee and Violet Taylor. Right down the left line, the Valley Buffaloes are up currently 3-2 on the Rich Rebels. Gentry Saul again, I believe, on that one. Jumping serve, up and over, too far, out the back line. That's a service error by number 3, Ruth Cox. So now we're tied up again, 3-3. And now we have Brittany Lamborn back to serve, going from left to right on your radio dial to the libero. There they go, and then a setup to the left. They like to go to the left, and that is an absolute monster block by Darlene Peterson and Dixie Huffaker, meeting Gentry Saul on the left side and putting it right back on the 10-foot line onto the side of the Buffaloes. 4-3, advantage Rich, right back to the libero. 10-foot line, they're going to have to touch on the third clearance. That is too far, too strong for number 3, Ruth Cox. She puts it out the back line, and now a 2-point cushion here for the Rich Rebels. Brittany Lamborn again to serve. This one's high arcing, fielded in the back left corner, and that will go into the net. And I say that, but it's not the net you're thinking of, because there are nets surrounding each individual court, and that is a Crawford Trough ace for Brittany Lamborn. That net that the ball went into was the one separating court 3 and court 2. Lamborn sends it up and over again to the libero, and this time right smack in front of the tape. Dump set by the Buffaloes, handled well. McKee back set for Darlene Peterson. Cross court, dug up. Libero keeps it alive and then tipped over at the 10-foot line. Annie Peart and the McKee to the left for Dixie Huffaker. Off of the fingertips, here comes an attack from the Buffaloes on the right side. Dug up there by Lamborn. McKee, second touch, Peart, third touch near the 10-foot line. Here comes the attack. This is in the middle. Dug up there by Peterson easily. McKee for Huffaker, blocked and sent back to the Rich side. Third touch needs to happen as Violet Taylor does so near the 10-foot line on the left. Here comes another attack from the Buffaloes, right smack dab in the middle. No one touches it, and it falls out of bounds too far outside to the right near the Rich Rebel cheerleaders. So we got 7-3 here in the first set, brought to you by Auto Farm Chevrolet. Lamborn on a little bit of a run, right to the libero again. Down awkwardly, but this time the Buffalo is able to reel that one in, set up their outside hitter, Britton Heaton, who puts it right off of the forearms of Darlene Peterson and out to the right. That's will stop the run currently here in the first set. To serve, Britlin Bettridge. Rut up and over, too far. Out the back line it goes, and there comes the ball right back to the Rich Rebels, as we are now at an 8-4 advantage currently. Dixie Huffaker has subbed out, and Mackenzie Smith has come in. As per usual, a very tight rotation that Coach Lamborn likes. Up and over right past the 10-foot line. Third touch incoming on the left, and it's going to be sent right back, but this time, instead of down onto the hardwood onto the Buffalo side, it will go out of bounds. That will be a point to Valley, as that ball ricocheted like a bullet right off of the hands of Darlene Peterson, located on the far right side, on the near side rather. So now 8-5. Up across it goes near the back right corner, fielded by Violet Taylor. McKee sends it out to the left for Annie Peart, bounces off of the top of the net and goes back onto the Rich side. Just about 1 or 2 inches too low into the net it goes, and now that lead has dwindled to 2 for Rich. Up across, service taken by Violet Taylor on the back right corner. McKee again this time to Annie Peart. This time she gets it and fires a laser beam down the left side and hits the white line in bounds. That is a Bear Lake Realty kill for Annie Peart. In the first set, Bear Lake Realty kill for Annie Peart, number 1. Here's Kaylee Hatch sending it over. Taken well, and then attack on the right side by the Buffaloes. Dug up there, and here comes a third touch from Annie Peart. Battle near the net, and this time it will be won by the Valley Buffaloes. That's number 30, Hazel Harris, who probably has a good 4 inches on Violet Taylor, who she challenged at the net. Now 9-7. Valley with the ball. Mackenzie Smith with the dig. This time not in, though. It will fall closer to the Valley Buffalo bench. 9-8. Smack dab in the middle of the back line. Here comes the Buffaloes. No jumping serve, just very soft touch up and over. Here's Taylor McKee setting up Violet Taylor outside to the left. Dug up. They're playing close to the outside on the right side, but here comes a dump set there from the Buffaloes. Here's a third touch clearance by Taylor McKee, sending it right back to the back line for Valley. Attack on the left side there. It's going to go right into the hands in the battle right at the net. Back and forth this team will go. Everyone's near the net. Now the Buffaloes side set right there. Now onto the Rich side. Back over to the Buffaloes from Kaylee Hatch, and a lift. 2 hits called on Kaylee Hatch, and we are tied 9-9. And that is where we're going to take our first timeout, brought to you by T7 Propane in Woodruff. This is a quick timeout, and we'll probably keep it here. We welcome you if you're joining us here in Orem. This is Cody Olson, voice of the Rich High Rebels, calling this game between the Buffaloes have allowed them to come back into this game. This run by the Valley Buffaloes has allowed them to tie it at 9. And now we're going to be starting over as if it were 0-0. That ball will roll and find its way to server number 10, Britton Heaton, the 5'9 senior, who sends it up and over lob over the front line, 10-foot line. Brittany Lamborn receives, and then an attack right in the middle by Annie Peart will go off of the forearms really high, out of bounds by the libero, and that is a Bear Lake Realty kill for her. Annie Peart. So now 10-9. Rich Rebels in the lead. Violet Taylor sets up on the right side and sends it right over, barely over the net it goes, and Annie Peart gets an over return on the reception and sends it right back to the back right corner for another Bear Lake Realty kill. Let's Go Annie chants coming about 11-9 as Violet Taylor sends it over. 10-foot line set up, back set to the right. There's Deandra House. This time the Rebels attack from the left, and that time it will go down off of the forearms. Great work by Brittany Lamborn. 12-9 your reading. Violet Taylor up and over again. The libero in the middle receives, and then a setup on the left side by Buffalo. Here comes Taylor McKee. That's going to be a block by McKee, sending it right back over to the Buffalo side. Here's a 13-9 lead. A little bit of a run after the timeout, which is great to see. Taylor sends that one up and over. The Buffaloes trying to come back. Sends it right back to the back line of Rich. McKee in the middle, setting over for Lamborn, who touches it over the front row, but dug up well by the Buffaloes. Clearance back over to the Rich side. Hatch to McKee in the middle. Dump set. Great thought, but it's taken well by Buffalo. Here's a battle at the net. Into the net it goes, but it's ricocheted back over to the Rich side. McKee, this time for Peart in the middle. Laser beam high up in the air. We're going to have to go way into the background. Out to the left, and that's going to be points for Annie. Not able to reel that one in. The Buffaloes scramble and come very near to the judge on the near side here on the ground, and it's just too far up and over the antenna. 14-9. Set up back set there for Deandra House to the right, and she's going to put that one into the net. 6-0 run currently in the first set by the Rich Rebels after that first timeout. And then we're just going to lead us into another timeout, this time taken by the Valley Buffaloes. We'll go ahead, take a quick moment here and a breather, as this has been a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Volleyball on 98.3 KADQ, as well as on mylocalradio.com.
Atlas Home Care and Hospice provides skilled nursing and physical therapy services in your home in Rich County. In-home service providers include Natalie Cornea, Kylie Argyle, Brady Stokes, and Bradley Holmes. Call Atlas Home Care and Hospice today.
At the Evanston Walmart, you'll find all the tools students need to succeed. Our team is committed to providing quality products and an excellent shopping experience. Stop in today. 125 North 2nd Street, Evanston. Walmart. Save money, live better.
Welcome back, Rich Rebel fans. We're coming into you the first set, brought to you by Auto Farm Chevrolet. Your Rich Rebels on a 6-0 run. Violet Taylor sends it up and over again to the libero. Up in the air it goes, and then the libero, sends it over on the third touch. Here comes McKee setting up Peart in the middle. That's a little far out of bounds, but no one touches it. Although the Rebels thought so, that attack from Annie Peart too far, and that will stop the run and leave it at 6. So you're reading now 10-15. Too far from service. Service by the libero of Buffalo, the Valley Buffaloes that is, goes way far out the back line, and now we're at 16-10. Annie Peart gets her step in and sends it up and over, right near the 10-foot line, dug up, and here comes the third touch and grabbed over. Dug up there, McKee will set up Peart on the left side near the 10-foot line. High off of the forearms of the libero, she's got to get it over on the third touch, but she doesn't have the arm strength as that ball was being played about 10 feet behind the back line of the Buffaloes. 17-10. Peart up and over again, right in the middle. First reception and then a third touch slap over by Buffalo. Here we go. Peart slaps it over at the 10-foot line of her own. That's a laser beam taken well. Set up by the libero. It's just kind of slapped over. 10-foot line. Lamborn, she'll get the setup out to the left and puts it right up and over. Great dig by Valley, and they're able to clear it back over. Annie Peart in the middle, and then McKee setting up Huffaker in the middle, rising up above and putting it down right about a foot past the 10-foot line in front of the libero for Valley. 18-10. If you're just joining us here, your Rich Rebels up 18-10 in the first set. Peart on a 2-0 run currently as she serves. Feel it on the back left corner. 2 touches, I thought, but then a clearance over by Valley. McKee will set up Huffaker in the middle again. This will go off of the forearms of Britton Bettridge out to the left and fall onto the hardwood. Now we've got a 19-10 lead. 3-0 run currently. Annie puts that one for a service error into the net. So here we go, 11-19. The ball will go over to the Valley Buffaloes. I believe our libero that we've been trying to figure out is Ruth Cox. Ruth, instead of wearing number 3, she wears number 4, and Deandra House sends it over to Lamborn on the 10-foot line. McKee will go over to Lamborn to the left, and that will be blocked there. No. So Ruth Cox is on the front line, and she's able to block that thing and put it down. (12-19). Deandra House sends it up and over. And just too far over the head of Lamborn. She tries to receive that, and it will go fall down onto the Rich side of the court. 19-13. That is a ace for Deandra House. Here she goes again, third time's the charm. It will go to Violet Taylor in the smack dab middle. McKee will go high and outside to Dixie Huffaker, who reads the defense well. Instead of using all of her force, just kind of taps it into the middle of the defense and down. We are now at 20-13. Your Rich Rebels in the lead. McKee sends that one up and over, fielded in the middle. Here comes a third touch over from the 10-foot line. Lamborn and a back set there for Peterson. Dug up by Valley. Dump set to Annie Peart at the 10-foot line, and then over to Lamborn from the set from McKee. McKee and Lamborn team up together and put that one down as the dig from number 11, Gentry Saul, will go into the opposing court after her touch, and so we're now at 21-13. McKee sends that one up and over, and the ball's going way back near the back line, but libero is able to clear that one. McKee sets up Huffaker in the middle, touches up and over the front line. Great to keep that one alive. Cleared over, back over to Rich. McKee this time will set up Darlene Peterson back set. That will go into the forearms and down onto the Valley side. That is a wonderful attack on the right side, able to rise up and put that one right into the hands and down by Darlene Peterson. That is another timeout taken in this game. T7 Propane in Woodruff timeout. We'll go ahead and take our second timeout as well. You're listening to a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Volleyball on 98.3 as well as on mylocalradio.com.
Wyoming is unique. When it comes to high school sports, we might travel 6 hours to a game, but when we get there, we know the other team, their parents, and the coaches. Wyoming is like one small town with really long streets. When your travels take you to Evanston, always stay with your friends at the Best Western Dunmar Inn. Clean, comfortable rooms, a restaurant serving healthy, delicious food, and breakfast is always included. If you're bringing the team or following the team, stay with us every time you're in Evanston. The Best Western Dunmar Inn.
Welcome back, Rich Rebel fans. Now back out onto the court, up 22-13 in the first set, brought to you by Auto Farm Chevrolet. We'd like to thank our sponsors, as our Laketown Ledger was brought to you by the town of Laketown, supporting student success. Good luck to the Rich Rebels and all they do. Here comes a setup in the middle for Huffaker from McKee, and puts that right down. An attempted pancake dig from the libero. Goes up and over, shaves her head, and back towards the back line. Here we go, 23-13. McKee shaves the top of the tape, taken well, and in a battle right near the tape, back and forth. Huffaker is battling greatly, and a lift will be called on the Valley Buffaloes. So, back and forth between Ruth Cox and Dixie Huffaker, and now we have a set point here, 24-13. McKee puts that one into the net. She wanted to put that one away. So 14-24, 10-point lead currently in the first set, brought to you by Auto Farm Chevrolet. Service by the Buffaloes, taken by Lamborn and then slapped over by Annie Peart. What a laser beam. Here we go, back set there by the Buffaloes. Dug up well, and here comes a setup for Dixie Huffaker. Huffaker puts it off of the top of the forearms of the Buffaloes, but they're able to clear that one back up and over. Running into each other, McKee will set up Lamborn outside to the left. Great dig by the Buffaloes. Set up now to the left for the Valley, and that will go into the net. And your Rich Rebels take the first set 25-14. Britton Heaton not able to put that one up and over on her attack. And now we currently have a 1-0 lead in the set department. Let's go ahead and take our last timeout here in the first set, brought to you by Auto Farm Chevrolet. This has been a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Volleyball on mylocalradio.com as well as on the Q.
They say the three most important things in life for many people are their faith, their family, and their high school sports. And not necessarily in that order. Advertise where you'll get noticed. Call My Local Radio and become a sports advertiser today.
Welcome back, Rich Rebel fans. We're back into action as we're at the start of the second set. We'd like to thank the town of Laketown for bringing us our Laketown Ledger. Mayor Burdett Weston, the council members Dallas Clark, Gary Ogilvie, Eldon Robinson, and Delora White. Here we go, as our starting lineup today was brought to you by Lutz Construction, Excavation and Landscape, Premier Commercial and Residential Excavation and Landscaping. We dig Bear Lake. Call 435-946-8678. Thank you for joining us as part of the coverage here at Utah Community Credit Union Center, home of the Wolverines at Utah Valley University. Recap of the first set, couple mini runs by the Rebels, a 6-0 run as well as a 4-0 run in the middle of the set. After tying at 9, being tied 9 apiece, each of these teams, the Rebels go on a little bit of a run and able to capture that one, 25-14. Thank you. 25-14. First set will go to the Rich Rebels, and they have a little bit of a breather. So they have about a minute left. This is a great time for me to tell you a little bit more that this second set is brought to you by LSR Refrigerated. That's Darren, Tricia, and the entire Wallentine family wishing the Rebels good luck in all that they do. And luck was found, or maybe skill brought them to win that first set, brought to you by Auto Farm Chevrolet against the Valley Buffaloes. We're getting set and prepped for the second set, brought to you by LSR Refrigerated. We have quite a few fans in the arena. If you're joining us, we have 4 courts, and they each are color coordinated. And I'm currently located just above on the right side of court number 4, looking down into the arena at court number 3, where your Rich Rebels are playing the Valley Buffaloes. A revenge game from last year. Let's see if the Rich Rebels can find success and put the Buffaloes away here in the second round, as they're trying to find their way into the state championship game. Not as much of a concern for us, but immediately about 10 feet away from the Rich Rebels to the left, ICS currently is playing their opponent, Manila. All right, here's Taylor McKee, located on the left side of the back line. She sends that one up and over right to the middle of the defense for Buffalo. Set up back into the left side. Dug up by McKee. Battle by Darlene Peterson. Rises, slaps it sideways and down near the 10-foot line. Great work from Darlene. Here we go, back to McKee. She'll send this one up and over, received in the middle. Then back on the left corner, the libero sends it high up in the air, slapped over at the 10-foot line. Close to the tape and just too close into the tape. McKee dives for it, falling out of bounds to the right, and it will go too close and underneath the net. And now we are tied 1-1 here in our second set, brought to you by LSR Refrigerated. Here's Deandra House, the junior. Sends that one up and over right to Lamborn. McKee in the middle for Huffaker, sends that one right back. That's the Buffaloes. Here's Darlene Peterson outside to the left, and that's touched by the libero, and it will fall into the back left corner way out of bounds. Nonetheless, it will find points. That's a Bear Lake Realty kill for Darlene Peterson. Here's the senior, Brittany Lamborn. Finds her groove and sends that one up and over the tape. Here comes a dump set by the Valley Buffaloes, dug up at the 10-foot line by Annie Peart, and then slapped over by Ellie Argyle. Pinball, it will play off of the back line and then the front line of the Buffaloes and then out of bounds. Bear Lake Realty kill for Ellie Argyle. Back in her spot, Lamborn. Over it goes, taken by the libero in the middle. Set up to the left, right down the line, and it's a dig by McKee. Then there's Huffaker with an attack of her own, putting it right near the front line of the Buffaloes. Clearance, just not in the right frame of mind. It's just kind of off of her forearms. That's Britlin Bettridge. That will go straight into the tape, and here's a 3-point lead here in the second set. Brought to you by LSR Refrigerated. Lamborn again, up and over, high off of the forearms and way out near the back line, but cleared back over to the Rich side. That's a dig by Lamborn. What an amazing dig, and then no one near the tape to recover that wonderful clearance back into play as that ball went way out to the left. There's a 2-4 lead. Ruth Cox. Here we go, right to Lamborn, who receives, then McKee. Slapped over at the 10-foot line, shaves the top of the net by Annie Peart. Cox sends it over to the left, and that's going to be blocked right back, and it'll go out of bounds. Great idea if you're able to keep that one in play. Instead, this ball will fall out of bounds, and now Valley within one. Service up and over the tape, taken by Lamborn on the right side, then McKee into the middle for Huffaker, who slaps that one over. Great dig by the libero. Out on the left side, up and over near the antenna, too far out to the left. An attempt there by Britton Heaton will go unsuccessful, and now a 5-3 lead. Huffaker has come out and Mackenzie Smith has come in. She's waiting for clearance. She gets it, gets her form, sends it up and over. Right near the tape, and that's a great, great serve. It was taken by Britton Heaton. It will fall down onto the court after just kind of coming off of her forearms a little dead-like. 6-3 and a Crawford Trough ace. Here's Smith again. This time she'll go into the middle and then a setup back set to the right for the Buffaloes. That will find its mark. Great work there by Kimber Reeve. It will go into the forearms of Annie Peart and McKee and go out of bounds to the left. Ball up and over, finding Kimber Reeve. Service taken there by Smith on the right side. McKee will go in the middle for Annie Peart, who touches it up and over. 2 touches, 3 touches, clearance by the Buffaloes. Lamborn to McKee in the middle, this time back set for Darlene Peterson. That is in, hitting the white line of the back line. Inbounds, that's a Bear Lake Realty kill. She climbs the ladder here on the right side and cross court puts it down right smack dab in the middle. Here's Kaylee Hatch. She has a 4-point cushion, 7-4. Over, taken on the back line, in the middle at the 10-foot line, and then slapped over on the right. Again, an attack from the Buffaloes on the right side will go off of Annie Peart and Ellie Argyle and out of bounds. 5-7. Buffaloes currently with the ball, with possession. Jumping serve way up and over Smith near the 10-foot line, close to the tape. McKee battles, and she's able to get it up in the air enough for Argyle to put it over. Here comes an attack to the left, sent back on over on a block, Epic Recreation block, and that's 2 touches on an attempted clearance there by Ruth Cox. Ellie Argyle back to serve. Service out the back line, too far for Ellie Argyle, and that puts Valley within 2, 8-6 currently your reading here on the Station on Main scoreboard. Heaton to Smith in the middle, and then Lamborn out to the left, sends it to the middle for McKee, who puts it up and over. First touch there by the Buffaloes, and an attack on the left side. What a dig by Violet Taylor on the back line, and then an attack onto the left by Lamborn. Near the tape, just touched up and over. Peart digs it up and then back over to the left for Lamborn. Off of the forearms there of Deandra House and Hazel Harris, and out to the right. Bear Lake Realty kill for Lamborn. Annie Peart now with the ball. Up and over near the back left corner. Back towards the tape, dump set. Will be successful there. They've been really trying to hit that dump set, and that time it paid off for them, for the Buffaloes. They weren't expecting the return, the Rich Rebels weren't. Now back within 2. Service in the middle taken by Violet Taylor. McKee up in the middle for Huffaker, who puts it off of the fingertips of Deandra House and into the net, falling onto the Valley side. So we're flirting with about a 3-2 lead. The majority of this second set brought to you by LSR Refrigerated. McKee located on the left side of the back line, sends it way over, dug up, and then an attack and a slap over near the 10-foot line on the left by Valley Buffaloes. McKee in the middle for Huffaker, who's dug up near the back right corner. Return there for the Buffaloes, dug up by McKee, then Darlene Peterson, and then Annie Peart about 3 feet behind the 10-foot line, slaps it over. House sends it over to the libero, back and forth, slaps. Now an attack on the backside here for Darlene Peterson. The Valley Buffalo's not giving up anything as they're attacking from the left, and it's dug up there. Back set, dump set, back and forth. What an amazing sequence here. McKee, and then Peart clears it over with a bump. High up in the air to the left. The Buffaloes send this one into the net. Too low on the attack there by Ruth Cox. We welcome you on 98.3 or on mylocalradio.com. We're going to be having quite a bit of volleyball for the majority of today and tomorrow. An 11-7 lead currently for the Rich Rebels, who lead the Valley Buffaloes here in the second round of the state championship in the second set. McKee dug up near the left corner, and then House, too far out of bounds, is not able to get it within the antenna and onto the Rich side. So here comes some more points for the Rich Rebels, and then a T7 Propane and Woodruff timeout. I'm Cody Olson, live here from Utah Community Credit Union Center at UVU in Orem. We'll go ahead and take a break. This has been a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Volleyball on 98.3 and on mylocalradio.com.
Evanston Regional Hospital is an affiliate of the University of Utah Health. Our partnership builds on a long tradition of collaboration between Evanston Regional Hospital and University of Utah Health. Inside these doors, our dedicated staff is committed to being your caring partner in your healthcare journey. Whether you need an MRI or surgery, are expecting a new baby, or you're having a heart attack, Evanston Regional Hospital is here to help. Evanston Regional Hospital. Healing begins here.
Welcome back. If you're just joining us, your Rich Rebels in the lead 12-7 in this second set against Valley. McKee sends it up and over, and it's dug up in the middle by Valley. Out to the left, here comes an attack. Cross court, dug up by Annie Peart, back into the middle. Lamborn with an attack of her own. It will go off of the forearms of the libero. Just too fast for her, and it will go out of bounds, out the back line into the stands, and that's a Bear Lake Realty kill. McKee again located on the back line. This time lobbing this one over. Catches Valley off guard, but they're able to send that back over to the Rich side. Peart and then McKee, back set for Peterson. Way down right in the middle of the defense, and that is a rocket ship that went off of her forearms on the right side there and down. You need Darlene Peterson to really come up strong if you're wanting to make it to the state tournament. Double the score, 14-7. Dump set there by the Buffaloes. It's going to go out of bounds on an attempted dig from McKee. She gets down and she's able to walk it off pretty easily. That will go out of bounds. 14-8. House on the back right corner sends it over cross court to the left corner there for Lamborn. Here's a setup for Darlene Peterson's, gets sent right back, up and over, and premature celebration by Valley as they thought that ball went down, but Darlene Peterson able to dig it up from underneath the tape and send it up and over. Wow. 15-8. What an awesome series. That ball went straight down and Darlene Peterson got underneath and sent it over. Lamborn, this time service, and then a setup on the right side for the Buffaloes. McKee, back set there for Peterson. She's on fire. This time it's handled well. 3 touches and a clearance near the 10-foot line. McKee, Peterson, cross court for Ellie Argyle, who slaps that one up and over. Trying to find a dead spot. McKee gets it on the attack and then back over for Ellie Argyle. Right side attack from the Buffaloes, too far out of bounds as that sails too high and too far for Ruth Cox, and now we are at 16-18. Lamborn, cross set, cross serve, and then here comes an attack from the libero, dug up in front of the 10-foot line, and then over to the left for Ellie Argyle. This time an attack in the middle for the Buffaloes, dug up by McKee. Peterson comes screaming in and puts it way up in the air, and then clearance. Back set there, too far out of bounds. Just a little bit of a miscommunication and hard to overcome as that ball went way into the tower at the judge on the far side of the court. So now we have a 17-8 lead. The Rich Rebels currently in the lead by 9. We'll keep it here. I want to go ahead and touch back up on that amazing dig as the Buffaloes attacked, and it bounced off of 2 Rich Rebel players, and the Buffaloes thought that they had scored. They're all huddled up and cheering and dancing around on their right side of the court, and Darlene Peterson able to dig it up, send it up and over the net, and no one's there to really field it in, and then Buffaloes get out of position. So that will do it. That would probably be the highlight of the second set so far. Rich in the lead, 17-8. Brought to you by LSR Refrigerated. These beginning serves here in this state tournament play brought to you by Pam Cornea with Town & Country Realty in Garden City. So the ball finds Brittany Lamborn, who will situate herself on the back left corner. Gets her spacing, and will smack it over on the left. Here comes an attack on the right side for the Buffaloes. Dig by Peart leads to an attack in the middle for Huffaker. Setup in the middle there. It'll be blocked back over to the Buffalo side. Clearance, great work. McKee. Back set for Peterson, who tries to keep it alive, and it will just fall back onto the Rich side. It went high up into the air, and it was just too far out of bounds. McKee not able to get that one in a position where Darlene Peterson can really have at it and put it over onto the Buffalo side. Here we go. Service taken by Annie Peart on the back line. McKee will set up Argyle out to the left. Off of the fingertips, great dig. Kept in play, and then clearance. McKee in the middle for Peterson, who sends it over to Huffaker. That's kept alive by the Buffaloes. But then an attempted punch over the net by Britton Heaton will fall into the net and down onto the Buffalo side. 18-9. Mackenzie Smith back to serve. Over it goes, off of the forearms and high up into the air. Clearance there by Buffalo. Back onto the Rich side. Annie Peart in the middle. And some Valley players getting in the way, but they're able to send that back over to the Rich side. Lamborn to McKee. Back set for Peterson, and that fell off of her forearms. Well, she slapped it over, and it she might have missed it a little bit, but, it worked in her favor as it kind of went soft into the block and then down onto the Valley side. 19-9. Smith in the middle, received by Valley, and then an attack out to the left. Sent back over to Valley. Then over to the Rich side on a bump. Argyle to McKee, and then to Peart in the middle, who gets it just over the front line and down near the 10-foot line in the middle of Valley. That's great work from Annie Peart, as she knew she couldn't out jump the front line, so she just kind of lobbed it over. Up and down it goes. Smith. Here we go. Third touch and a slap over from Buffalo. Lamborn and then McKee out to Argyle to the left. The ball fell into the court, and we had a stoppage of play. And the warm-up here on court 4, they're kind of spiking at each other, and the balls have gone into third court. Here we go again. Smith sends this one up and over. Set up in the middle there, and that's sent back over to the Valley side after a couple touches by Rich. Attack. Smith grabs it. Smith, and then McKee out to Argyle. Back and forth. The Valley really wants to put that one up and over, and they do. On an over return from Smith. (20-10). Bettridge. Service taken by Smith on the back line. McKee out to the right for Darlene Peterson. Off of the forearms on the back left corner. Way out of bounds into the stands it goes. That's a Bear Lake Realty kill for Darlene Peterson. I believe she has 4 in this set. 4 kills for Darlene Peterson. Here's Kaylee Hatch sending it up and over. Too far, as that is a service error out the back line it goes. 21-11. Darlene Peterson with 4 kills in the second set. I think that's Nilsson who sends that one over on service. McKee in the middle there for Peart. I think that's too far. Yeah, they're going to nail Annie with going into the net. So 12-21. Nilsson over to Smith past the 10-foot line. McKee in the middle for Annie Peart. That gets sent right back. It's a huge block. Huge block by the Buffaloes. More specifically, that's Hazel Harris. Nilsson this time sending it up and over again. It's 13-21. Smith sending it over to Annie Peart at the middle of the tape. House. So the girls were still playing, but I guess they called the points to Rich. I don't know if it was 2 touches or not, and now we're at 22-13. Violet Taylor this time will send it over. Right smack dab in the middle, dug up at the 10-foot line, and tried to put in the back right corner is an attempt by Nilsson. That will go too far out of bounds to the right. 23-13. Taylor lobs that one up and over near the back line. Near the tape, back set to the right. Here comes the Valley Buffaloes. And then an attack there by Lamborn. That's an over return out of bounds by the libero. So another Bear Lake Realty kill for Lamborn, high and outside to the left. 24-13, here is a set point. Violet Taylor up and over, wow. Great dig by Valley. Back over to the Rich side. Here's McKee. Dump set, and that will end it. Saw that there was no one there near the 10-foot line, and just a dump set dump set by Taylor McKee will end the second set, brought to you by LSR Refrigerated, 25-13. Your Rich Rebels now take a 2-0 lead in the set department. Let's go ahead, take a quick break here as part of our coverage at Utah Community Credit Union Center here in Orem. This has been a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Volleyball on 98.3, as well as on mylocalradio.com.
America keeps moving, and Auto Farm Chevrolet is here to help you keep rolling. Whether you need a brand new vehicle or service on one you already own, Auto Farm Chevrolet is here to lend a helping hand. Our certified mechanics are knowledgeable, and our sales team takes the time to get to know you and what your needs are. Stop in today, Auto Farm Chevrolet, 624 Front Street, Evanston. Evanston's community-driven dealer.
Signage is a critical part of your business. It helps customers find your front door. Rocky Mountain Sign will provide you with expertly designed signs, LEDs, channel letters, as well as skillfully cut signage using wood, metal, plastic, and other mediums to help your customers find you with high-quality signage. Using the best technology, designs, and installation by Rocky Mountain Sign. Your signage says a lot about your business. Work with the professionals at Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street in Evanston, Wyoming. Nothing makes your kid feel like a superstar more than seeing his or her very own Fathead in the stands. Fathead car decals and yard signs are inexpensive and easy to get at Rocky Mountain Sign in Evanston. Whether it's for the big game or to cheer on the high school band, our children make us proud in so many ways. Show your pride today. Go Rebels! West Star Printing and Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street, Evanston.
Evanston Regional Hospital is an affiliate of the University of Utah Health. Our partnership builds on a long tradition of collaboration between Evanston Regional Hospital and University of Utah Health. Inside these doors, our dedicated staff is committed to being your caring partner in your healthcare journey. Whether you need an MRI or surgery, are expecting a new baby, or you're having a heart attack, Evanston Regional Hospital is here to help. Evanston Regional Hospital. Healing begins here.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Orem, Utah. Your Rich Rebels are currently in the lead, 2-0 in the set department. We'll reset our main score. Overall, in terms of how you would like to see these girls play in their first game, it doesn't seem like they've really skipped a beat at all. They're taking care of business very well against the Valley Buffaloes. And now we're going into our third set, brought to you by Rich County Government. So a dump set and a great read by Taylor McKee will capitalize the end of the second set. And now we're getting ready for the start of our third set. We'll see if the Rich Rebels can take care of business, handle things as a House on her back right corner sends it over for service, received in the middle by Peart. McKee back set in the middle for Huffaker. She puts it right back over, but it's dug up by Valley. Great placement and just a fist up and over the net it goes by Gentry Saul, and then it takes the Rebels off guard, and they're going to score first. 1-0. House sends it over to Peart again. McKee will go outside to the left, high and outside for Lamborn. Dug up. And then cleared over near the 10-foot line over to Peterson. McKee, and then outside to the left for Lamborn, just barely over the tape. Dances on the tape, but sent back over the Rich side. McKee in the middle again. This time they'll go for Huffaker. Huffaker off of the forearms, and that will go way out the back right corner. That's a Bear Lake Realty kill for Huffaker. She's bringing great energy, and they're having fun out there on the left side. We're getting great cheers from our student section who have made the travel out here. I see mostly football players. Service by McKee. Here comes an attack in the middle for Valley. Dug up on the back line by Violet Taylor. Here comes an attack Hine outside to the left by Lamborn. Dug up by Valley. McKee in the middle, and then Peterson outside to the left for Lamborn. And this will go into the net after initial reception on the back line by Maya Young. Maya Young dug underneath, and it's shot like a cannon into the net and then down. McKee will go to the libero on the back corner. Third touch, and then a slap over on the left side. Great work by Gentry Saul. She's really putting in great work as she attacks on the left side. She doesn't need to jump hardly at all, and she puts it down past the 10-foot line in the middle of Rich's defense. Jumping serve on the back right corner, cross court there to Lamborn. McKee high and outside for Darlene Peterson, who gets blocked by Saul and sent right back and will fall onto the hardwood onto the Rich side. So now Valley has the lead currently in the third set. They send this one up and over. Annie Peart digs right at the 10-foot line. It's slapped over by Darlene Peterson. Attack here on the left, and it's dug up well by McKee. Dump set and an attack. 2 hits called on Darlene Peterson on what would have been a crafty move from her. So now we got a 2-point lead. In other news, ICS handles Manila in 3 sets right next to us on the court, on court number 2. They'll be moving on. Here comes service, dug up on the back line by Annie Peart, and then attack out to the left by Dixie Huffaker. What an amazing cross-court attack and a Bear Lake Realty kill for her as it shoots off with the forearms high up into the air of Heaton and then over into the scores table located on the right side of the court. Lamborn gives it over, and on the over return, Violet Taylor puts it out of bounds to the left, something very uncharacteristic of her. She just kind of mistimes it. 5-3. Bettridge to Peart on the back line, and then in the middle, McKee sets up for Huffaker. Just keep feeding her the ball. She fires a cannonball right into the front line of Valley, and it goes out of bounds to the right. Another Bear Lake Realty kill for Huffaker. Huffaker so far the MVP of this third set. She has 3 kills currently to begin the start of the third set, brought to you by Rich County Government. She sits down, and Mackenzie Smith serves up and over. Right in the middle, an attempted attack by Harris will go into the net. So now we've got it all tied up 5-5. Smith dug up near the 10-foot line and attack out to the right and just missed time. Saul will put it almost underneath the net. 6-5. Timeout call, the T7 Propane and Woodruff timeout by the Valley Buffaloes. Let's take a breather here. This has been a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Volleyball on 98.3 KADQ, as well as on mylocalradio.com.
This presentation on mylocalradio.com is also brought to you in part by Hoover Chiropractic. With over 3 decades of experience, Dr. Todd Hoover can help you with all the chiropractic work you need, plus x-rays, blood work, a weight loss program, and can help you get rid of allergies and migraines. Dr. Todd Hoover with Hoover Chiropractic in Evanston.
We welcome you back into the booth here at Utah Community Credit Union Center, located in Orem, Utah. Rich Rebels hold a 1-point lead in the third set, where they lead 2-0 in the set department over the Valley Buffaloes, 6-5. Smith with a Crawford Trough ace. That thing took a dive right after it crossed over the top of the net, and it almost hits about the 10-foot line, maybe a foot or two behind it. Crawford Trough ace for Mackenzie Smith. 7-5. Let's see if she can do it again. puts it right back in the same spot, this time dug up. And an attack here on the left side for Valley. McKee and then Peterson to Peart in the middle, and she finds that sweet spot again. She did that exact same move last set as she touches it right up and over the initial front line defender, and it will fall down sweet like a butterfly right onto the 10-foot line. Now we've got a 3-point lead. Smith taken by Valley, and an attack on the left side. McKee keeps it alive. Peterson high and outside to Ellie Argyle, too far out of bounds. Argyle just out the back line. Good setup for her. She's just not able to keep that one in bounds. Ball will go over to the Buffaloes. Service cross court taken by Ellie Argyle in the back right corner, and then a setup in the middle for Annie Peart. High up in the air on the dig, and then back into the middle and attacked by Valley. McKee into the middle for Peart, and 2 touches will be called on the Rich Rebels. Not sure who it was called on. I want to say it might have been McKee. 1-point lead currently for the Rich Rebels in the third set, brought to you by Rich County Government. Over to Argyle, dug up, and then McKee will go back over to Annie Peart on the left, dances on top of the tape, kept alive. Peterson sends it near the back corner, dug up by the libero. Here comes an attack on the left side by Valley. Off of the forearms of Peterson and out of bounds. So, Valley, although down 2-0 in the set department, not willing to roll over to the Rich Rebels whatsoever. Now they're tied 8-8. Service taken by Smith on the back line. McKee back set there for Peterson. Up and over. Touch. Great touch by Darlene Peterson. She puts it over the front line and down near the 10-foot line for a Bear Lake Realty kill. So that stops the run there. That was a 3-0 run currently for the Rebels. Darlene Peterson has come out. Here we go as a setup, back set to the right for Valley, dug up by Lamborn, then to McKee in the middle, and then she'll set up Annie Peart, smack dab near the logo. High up in the air outside to the left, sent back over on the block by Annie Peart and McKee. Clearance by Valley, and very, very close, but dug up by Lamborn. Attack there by Peart, unsuccessful, and then an attack on the left side by the Valley Buffaloes. What great resilience and fire they have as they rise high up in the air on the left side and put it down the left sideline and in. Back to serve, Britton Heaton, the senior. We're tied 9-9. Lobbing that one up and over. 2 touches and the clearance by Annie Peart. Here we go. Huffaker sends it over to the middle for Annie Peart, who puts it right in that sweet spot again. Seems as though that the Rich Rebels have found a great technique, and that is that if you lob it over the front line off of those concrete hands located by the Buffaloes, if you get it in that sweet spot right behind them, the back line can't come up fast enough. So 10-9. Taylor sends it up and over, and an attack on the left side dug up there by Lamborn. No, that's Ambria Lutz. Lutz and Lamborn look very similar. They're doing the hair the exact same. And from a distance, the blonde hair and the same height is kind of hard to distinguish. And now we're tied 10-10. Cross court inbounds. They decide to leave it. Lamborn decided to gamble, hoping it would go out of bounds, but instead of that is an ace for the Buffaloes, located on the back right corner. They lead 11-10. See if they can repeat the success here. Up and over this time, out the back line. The gamble to leave it did work that time, so now we're tied 11-11. Ball will go to senior superstar Annie Peart. Service taken on the back left corner, high in the air at the 10-foot line, into the middle, and attack there by Valley. Ambria Lutz touches, and then a clearance by McKee. Very close, too far out the back line, and the Buffaloes showing that they're not rolling over, they're not giving up whatsoever. They're in the lead 1 point 12-11 in this third set. House finds her spacing, sends it up and over. Taken by Violet Taylor in the middle. McKee will dump set. Kept alive, and then a slap over near the 10-foot line by Saul. McKee back in play it goes. A slap over from Annie Peart. That's going to find its mark off of the forearms, out of bounds. That's off of Maya Young. Bear Lake Realty kill for Annie Peart. Ball finds its way into the arms of Taylor McKee. Takes her time and sends that one up and over. Back line, that's going to be a Crawford Trough ace as she picks on number 15. I want to say that might be Annabelle Leyland. Either way, they're up 13 to. They're tied 12-12. Clearance way high and out of the back line of their own back line. Almost got it inbounds by the Buffaloes. Instead, 13-12 lead for Rich. McKee will send it up and over. Clearance back over to the Rich side. McKee will set up Huffaker in the middle, and she will find her mark. It's a Bear Lake Realty kill for Huffaker. 14-12. Timeout called. That's a T7 Propane and Woodruff timeout. We'll go ahead and take a quick breather here. This has been a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Volleyball on 98.3 The Wildlife, as well as on mylocalradio.com.
When do you schedule doctor appointments?
In bed before I fall asleep. In the car waiting to pick up my kids.
We can even do it after breakfast.
We all lead busy lives. Online appointment scheduling puts you in control. In just 90 seconds, you can make an appointment with a primary care provider or specialist at evanstonanytime.com. Select the day and time most convenient for you. Enter some basic information, and just like that, you're scheduled for care. Schedule appointments for next day and beyond at evanstonanytime.com.
We welcome you back into the Utah Community Credit Union Center Arena, where a little bit of a dogfight happening here in the third set, brought to you by Rich County Government. Rebels with a champion cause. Your Rich Rebels up 14-12 with the ball in the third set. McKee will send that up and over near the back line. Libero, and a dump set there by Buffaloes almost catches the Rebels off guard, but they're able to clear it back over onto the Valley side. On the right side, an attack across the top of the tape, and we're going to get a call out of bounds. They're going to say that somebody tried to touch it, but our judges look at each other, and they confirm the call that that ball was not touched. Instead, points will go to Rich in the middle, and then the left side. Clearance over onto the right side. The Rich Rebels keep that one alive. McKee over to Violet Taylor with clearance near the back line. Dug up near the 10-foot line in the middle, back over, and an attack. Finds its mark. That's Bettridge, who made Annie Peart do the splits. Maya Young will check out for the Buffaloes. 15-13 with Valley getting the service, and nobody coming up to receive that, and it is a Crawford Trough ace for Valley. Service there by the Buffaloes, taken by Annie Peart in the middle on the back line. McKee will go out to the left for Darlene Peterson, bounces off the top of the tape and down onto the Rich side. So that lead that was so very promising is now gone for the Rich Rebels. Now we're tied 15-15. Valley not willing to give up whatsoever. They send it across the court to Annie Peart in the middle. Violet Taylor keeps it high in the air, and then clearance by Dixie Huffaker. Touch in the back right corner. Back set there. Dug up by Rich. Darlene Peterson will set up Dixie Huffaker in the middle, and that will go into the net. Too far, too low. And now Valley with a 1-point lead currently in the third set. 16-15 for Valley. Up and over. McKee will set up Huffaker on the left side, and that's touched up and over. 2 touches will be called on. The Valley Buffaloes were tied back 16-16 as they sent that back over to the Rich side, but then Huffaker, tippy toes on her feet, good reaction time, sends it right back over there, and then Valley didn't know what to do with it. Violet Taylor comes out. Lamborn, service, almost an over return by Valley, and it's going to put right back over, and then it's dug up. Great work by the libero for Valley. McKee on the right side keeps it alive, and then we get a stoppage of play. No, there's points added to Rich. I'm not sure. I believe that maybe perhaps the Valley Buffaloes put their hands up and over the net too far. Touch the net. 17-16. Here comes an attack from Valley outside to the left. They get the points right back, though. 17-17. Rich in dire need to put together a little bit of a run to put this away early. I'm sure that Coach Lamborn wants to if she could. Valley with the ball. We're tied 17-17. Up and over. Argyle tries to protect her face, and then Peart sends it over the 10-foot line. In the middle, slapped over by Valley, dug up by McKee. Argyle on the attack, high and outside to the left, and here comes an attack from Buffalo. I keep calling them Buffalo, but they're not. Back and forth these teams will go. Set up in the middle there for Valley on the left side, dug up there by Lamborn. And she needs to clear that one over on the third touch. Wow, what an incredible sequence. Back over to the right corner. Great work by Valley as they saw that no one was guarding the back right corner. And they're going to take a lead, 18-17, and a quick timeout. Let's go ahead and take a breather. This has been a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Volleyball on 98.3 The Q, as well as on mylocalradio.com.
Proudly serving the people of Randolph and Hiram, Utah since 1997. Dr. Sean Grohl with Comprehensive Family Dental offers dentistry for patients of all ages. Great care, positive environment, and fair prices. Call for an appointment today.
Ladies and gentlemen, we welcome you back into the arena as we're getting ready in our third set. Valley not going away whatsoever. They put together some great runs of their own. And your Rich Rebels are down currently 17-18. We're going to see who takes this third set. As on the other side of the court, just to the left of them, ICS handled Manila very easily in 3. So here's Valley with the ball. Service taken by Annie Peart in the middle. Then McKee will go high and outside to the left for Argyle. That's going to be a dig and very closely kept alive and sent back over to the Rich side. And then Darlene Peterson will set up Argyle high and outside to the left. This time it will find its mark. Argyle with a Bear Lake Realty kill. This time less power, more placement really has helped the Rebels quite a bit. And Smith has come in. We're all tied up 18-18. Service taken on the back right corner, then in the middle, back out to the left side for an attack. And that's down. Hitting the back left corner for Valley. They're up 19-18. They're not losing any type of confidence. They're not losing any type of energy. Valley up by 1, 19-18. Service there by Nelson, too hard, far out the back line, and now we're tied again, 19-19. Ambria Lutz with the service, dug up on the left side, and then back set there at the 10-foot line. A lift call on the Valley Buffaloes now has the game to the point where the Rich Rebels have a 1-point lead, 20-19. Ambria Lutz again over to the exact same spot, and then this time a setup too close to the tape, almost touched, and then a clearance by Valley. McKee in the middle for Annie Peart. Tries to finesse and touch it up and over. This time Buffalo's able to get that one alive. High and outside for Ellie Argyle to the left. 3 touches high up in the air. Wow. Smith didn't need to touch that one as it was way out of bounds. Here comes an attack from Peart. Dug up by Valley. And then an attack there on the left side, kept alive by Ambria Lutz. Argyle puts it into the net. And you got to look back and say, why did you touch it when it was so far out of bounds? Now we're tied 20-20. Heaton back to serve on the back right corner. Space up and over the net, taken by Argyle on the back left corner. Back over to Argyle on the left. It will go over the top, touched on the initial line, and then over on this slap by Buffaloes. McKee in the middle for Annie Peart. Great placement. Bear Lake Realty kill cross court, hits the back left corner and down. Your Rebels fighting currently to get this win in 3. Ball goes over to Violet Taylor. They're up by 1. Lob up and over near the libero at the 10-foot line outside to the left, slapped over. Dig, very close, no. 3 touches by the Rich Rebels, and now we're tied 21-21. Diving attempt by 3 Rebels, not able to keep that one alive. Up and over for Valley, handled by Violet Taylor, and then a back set for Annie Peart, and down. Touched by the Buffaloes. So back and forth this game will go. Rich up by 1, 22-21, fighting to get this game done in 3 sets. Annie Peart up and over, dug up at the 10-foot line, and then a back set to the right. That's a great kill there by Saul, I believe. No, that's Bettridge on the right side. Now we're tied 22-22. Back and forth this game will go. Deandra House. 3 points. All these 2 teams need in order to get away with a win here in the set department here. 3rd set brought to you by Rich County Government. House sends it over to Violet Taylor, and then McKee goes out to the left, slapped over by Annie Peart. Wow, bodies flying everywhere, and here comes an attack on the left side by Valley. McKee will set up Lamborn, high and outside to the left. High up in the air, let's see if they can keep it alive. No. Too many touches, 4 touches called on the Buffaloes. They ran into each other near the back line as they were trying to keep it in play. Now 23-22, 2 points now separate the Rich Rebels from the end of this game if they're able to put together a little bit of a run. McKee shaves the top of the tape, kept alive, and then a setup in the middle. Off the top of the tape and down. Back and forth this game will go. That's a kill there for Gentry Saul. 23-23. And we're kind of, there we go. We get clearance there and the okay from our judge in the tower. Takes a dive at the 10-foot line taken by Lamborn. McKee in the middle for Huffaker. Kept alive by Valley and then put right back over to McKee. Darlene Peterson out to Lamborn on the left. Dug up in the 10-foot line. Kept alive and sent back over to the Rich side. McKee, then Peterson in the middle. Out to Lamborn to the left. Lamborn puts it down. Great work by Lamborn. She's able to put a laser beam down the line off of the top of the forearms of Ruth Cox and out of bounds. Here comes set point for Rich. If they're able to put this one down, they're up 24-23. They're able to get it in 3. Lamborn sends that one over. Here comes an attack on the left side by Valley. Dug up by Lamborn in the middle. McKee will go out to the left for Darlene Peterson, who puts it high up in the air, easily dug up by Valley. Could have been out of bounds, and they let it fall in after the reception. They could have let it go out of bounds. It would have been the end of the game. Instead, 24-24 as the dig will go underneath the net. into the net, service error for Valley. That's on Bettridge. Here we go, set point again, 25-24. The Rebels have been bailed out by a service error by the Valley Buffaloes. Smith puts it over, and that 10-foot line, here comes a front set there on the left. And points will go to Rich. There we go, an attack on the left side just too far out of bounds, and Valley makes it very close, 26-24 in the third set. We'll go ahead, take a quick break here, get a word from our sponsors as the Rich Rebels take care of business here in the second round against the Valley Buffaloes. They sweep Valley 3-0 in the set department. Last one coming off of a miscue by Valley, and the final being 26-24. We'll hear from our sponsors. Thank you for joining us. Stay tuned. We'll touch up as to where the Rebels will play next after this quick break. You're listening to a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Volleyball on 98.3, as well as on mylocalradio.com.
Sometimes you just start craving a really good, juicy burger. Add cheese, maybe some bacon, and all the fixins that make every bite even better than the bite before it. Add a side of hand-cut fries, onion rings, or crisp tater tots, and top it off with an amazing ice cream cone. Or maybe a raspberry shake. Just thinking about it makes me hungry. When your stomach is grumbling like an angry bear and your cravings call out, head right down to the Crawford Trough in Randolph. The place to eat and drink. Stop in today.
Success is no accident. It comes from constant hard work, perseverance, sacrifice, and learning from failure. Laketown Mayor Burdette Weston and council members Dallas Clark, Gary Ogilvie, Eldon Robinson, and Delora Wright encourage the Rich High Rebels to continue to do whatever it takes to succeed in academics, activities, and athletics. The Town Council and citizens of Laketown celebrate the success of all the students and staff in the Rich School District.
In the state where life is elevated, live your life in a higher gear. Cash Honda Yamaha can help you enjoy our beautiful local terrain, whether it's in the valleys, mountains, snow, or water. So get out and enjoy all nature has to offer at a higher speed. Visit Cash Honda Yamaha in Cache Valley to start living your life at your new speed. Visit us in Hyde Park, just north of Logan, Utah.
We welcome you back, Rich Rebel fans, now as the end of the second round is upon us. Your Rich Rebels taking care of business against the Valley Buffaloes, getting a revenge win as compared to last year in the state tournament. This is a 3-0 sweep for the Rich Rebels, 26-24. We'll go ahead, touch up on some highlights. In the first set, 6-0 run and a 4-0 run have really helped the Rebels come out on top as they're able to take that first set 25-14. In the second set, Valley, with a premature celebration, allowed Rich to dig up from underneath the net and put it up and over, and they're able to win that second set 25-13. Darlene Peterson with 4 kills in the second set. Dump set by Taylor McKee taps that one off. And then the third set, Valley not willing to go away. Huffaker early on thought that this game could have been handled, and she has 3 kills in the first 4 points for Rich, but it was incredibly close. Eventually, off of 2 service errors and then an error out of bounds on an attack by the Buffaloes, your Rich Rebels able to get the win. As we're part of our post-game coverage, brought to you by Mound Valley Cattle Company. As always, Eddie and Todd Jensen out of Thatcher, Idaho, wishing the Rebels much success. Those highlights have been brought to you by the Bear Lake Memorial Hospital, the most caring hospital on earth. Bear Lake Memorial Hospital in Montpelier, Idaho, the most caring hospital on earth. The Mound Valley Cattle Company post-game show will then feature a portion a little bit here of our precision play of the game immediately after this break. Until then, this has been a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Volleyball on 98.3 as well as on mylocalradio.com.
Success doesn't come by accident. Success requires hard work, perseverance, learning, sacrifice, and believing in yourself. Eddie and Todd Jensen established the Mound Valley Cattle Company in Thatcher, Idaho on these very principles. The students, staff, athletes, and coaches at Rich High School value these same fundamentals in education and activities, in athletics, and in life. Good luck, Rebels, from Mound Valley Cattle Company, serving customers in Utah, Idaho, and Wyoming since 1997.
America keeps moving, and Auto Farm Chevrolet is here to help you keep rolling. Whether you need a brand new vehicle or service on one you already own, Auto Farm Chevrolet is here to lend a helping hand. Our certified mechanics are knowledgeable, and our sales team takes the time to get to know you and what your needs are. Stop in today, Auto Farm Chevrolet, 624 Front Street, Evanston. Evanston's community-driven dealer.
Welcome back, Rich Rebel fans, as you are joining us here for our Mound Valley Cattle Company postgame show, our Precision Play of the Game, brought to you by Dr. McKay Frankham, providing precision family dentistry at affordable prices. We'll go to Taylor McKee on the dump set to end the second set. Just an amazing read by her, able to kind of read the defense, look as though she's going right back into the middle to set up her teammate instead, puts it up and over the net. Great work from her, falls at the 10-foot line, and that puts the set away. Great energy. Great work from these girls as they look like they're in good shape. They look like they're excited, and they're able to put Valley away, even though it was a very close third set. That was our Dr. McKay Frankham Precision Play of the Game. Call for an appointment today at 307-789-8910. All right, now you're probably wondering a little bit as to where your Rich Rebels are going to be playing currently. Right now, in front of me on court 4, Escalante takes the first set over Altamont. The winner of that will play Rich again on court 3, and there we will see a good matchup for the quarterfinals in the winner's bracket currently. Escalante, from what I have seen, just kind of peering over, they're really taking care of business. They're very hot. They know how to play, and it should be a very, very good game. Again, our Jimmy John's Freaky Fast recap currently from Jimmy John's in Evanston and Rock Springs, where fresh and fast meet. Every day, delivering gourmet sandwiches every time, 113 Front Street in Evanston. Rich Rebels able to take the first set off of some great energy. They're coming back hot. 6-0 run and a 4-0 run. 25-14 win in the first set. Then Valley, premature celebration, allowed Darlene Peterson to dive underneath, try and get that dig underneath the net. It goes over and down onto the Valley side. Great work from her. Dump set by Taylor McKee. That is our precision play of the game and our player of the game. Congratulations to her as they win the second set 25-13. And then the third set, a little close for comfort, 26-24 win for the Rich Rebels as they survive in the third set against the Valley Buffaloes to take on the winner of Altamont and Escalante. Out in front of me, Escalante has taken the first set quite handily, I believe 25-17. We will see what happens next after that. Thank you for joining us. The next game is scheduled to be played at 7 p.m. So stay with us. We'll keep you updated. As it being a tournament, we're not exactly, that is an approximate time. But we do know that your Rich Rebels took the win against Valley here in the second round and have advanced to the quarterfinals, who will play the winner of Altamont and Escalante. Thank you for joining us. This is Cody Olson, voice of the Rich High Rebels, as we're incredibly humbled to be here at the Utah Community Credit Union Center, home of the Wolverines in Orem, Utah. Join me in about maybe an hour and a half as we get ready for another set and another game. Until then, this is Cody Olson saying good luck and go Rebels.
The proceeding has been a wholly owned production of MyLocalRadio.com and Cook Brothers Broadcasting, no portion of which may be used or rebroadcast without the express written consent of Old West Media Incorporated. Thank you for joining us. on this Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Sports on mylocalradio.com. Until next time, go Rebels!